Expressing oneself individually or talking to oneself is a deeply ingrained custom, a practice that most people find impossible to abandon. It's as habitual as showering and brushing your teeth. We simply can't stop this internal dialogue. What we do have control over, however, is the nature and direction of these internal conversations within us. Experts in the field of psychology have classified these internal dialogues that act as triggers for anguish or anxiety into four. They are the catastrophic, the self-critical, the victimizing, and the self-demanding. The catastrophist. Anxiety arises when imagining the most catastrophic scenario possible. The person anticipates fait accompli, which will certainly not happen, and gives them more importance than they really have. This happens because of a misconception that can trigger a panic attack. The key phrase for this type of internal dialogue is, "Everything could turn into a tragedy when I least expect it." The self-critic. The distinguishing traits involve a permanent state of judgment and negative evaluation of one's own behavior. The person emphasizes their limitations and shortcomings. This makes their life unmanageable. They tend to be dependent on others and compare themselves with others in order to feel at a disadvantage. The self-critical person envies those who achieve their goals and becomes frustrated at being unable to achieve their own. The favorite phrases in this type of internal dialogue are, "I can't," "I'm not capable," "I don't deserve this." The victimizer. This type is characterized by feeling unprotected and hopeless, which leads them to say that their condition can't be cured and that they are making no progress. The person believes that everything will remain the same and that insurmountable obstacles stand between them and what they want. They complain about the way things are but don't try to change them. The victimizer's internal dialogue includes statements such as, "Nobody understands me," "Nobody appreciates me," "I suffer," and "they don't care." The self-demanding. This condition promotes exhaustion and chronic stress in order to achieve perfection. They are intolerant of their own mistakes and try to convince themselves that their failures are due to external errors and not because of them. They wear themselves out thinking that they haven't achieved their goals because of a lack of money, status, etc., despite being complacent with everyone. The self-demanding person carries out an internal dialogue through phrases such as, "This isn't enough, this isn't perfect," "This didn't turn out the way I would have liked," etc. Most people remain unaware all their lives of the enormous impact these internal dialogues have on the way things happen in our lives. Our inner conversations serve as the roots from which all the circumstances of our existence derive. As the saying goes, "As one thinks in one's heart, so one is." We almost always forget that these constant dialogues make us think in ways that are already established in our minds. It is essential to free ourselves from the weight of our old conversations if we want to change the direction of our lives and follow the path we have chosen. This process is described as abandoning the old and renewing one's essence in the spirit of the mind in religious literature. Our thoughts are transmitted by the language we use. The first step to changing our thoughts is to change how we speak, which is the internal conversation we hold. The human mind has an infinite number of possibilities in our world today. The mental conversations we participate in unconsciously are intrinsically related to everything we express in our lives. We often don't realize the significant influence our inner thoughts have on shaping our reality. By maintaining the same inner dialogue, our personal history will remain unchanged. Seeking to change the external environment before facing our internal obstacles is akin to defying the natural order of circumstances. Negative inner dialogues can be rooted in a variety of everyday situations, such as disagreements with other people, insecurity about making important decisions, lack of affection, fear of confronting close or authoritarian people, dissatisfaction with people or situations in life, among many others. The big issue is that most people don't know how to deal with these negative and destructive internal dialogues. The experiences we face in the outside world reflect the internal dialogues we have and the emotions they arouse. If we encounter undesirable situations, this indicates the need to adapt our mental approach. Just as the human being is not only sustained by physical food, but also by the words that emanate from the mind, which is equivalent to the Word of God, it is crucial to nourish our thoughts with noble and loving ideas. The essence lies in the ideas we internalize as true, not exclusively in external events. Initially, external facts may conflict with our assumptions, but by persevering with our beliefs, we end up aligning them with our reality. Changing the internal dialogue is similar to adopting the identity of a new persona. Our internal conversations, even if inaudible to others, have a profound influence on our future conditions. Being aware of these types of internal dialogues is the first big step towards regaining control and avoiding a negative perception of ourselves or our context, which in the end only causes our state of anxiety to skyrocket. The real change comes when we start to detect these negative thoughts and replace them with positive affirmations. It's important to control our breathing, relax, and face situations calmly. Otherwise, pessimistic and self-destructive attitudes will perpetuate themselves. Encountering resistance when visualizing your inner conversations is an invitation to explore your thoughts and emotions more deeply. These resistances may point to limiting beliefs, unresolved fears, or hidden doubts that require acknowledgement and resolution. To resolve this issue, I'm going to introduce you to a powerful 9-step technique that will help you eliminate, in a few minutes and once and for all, those negative internal dialogues that are destabilizing your life and preventing you from acting and making decisions correctly and safely. Follow the step-by-step instructions below, and you'll see how easy it is to eliminate any and all negative self-talk from your life and feel free to act more safely and with more balanced emotions. It's important that you have a pen and a sheet of paper to write down everything that comes to mind when you're doing this activity. I recommend that you do this exercise in a quiet environment and without interruption so that you get the best results. Step 1. Go back to a moment when you remembered having a negative conversation with yourself. Close your ears and notice where this voice is coming from. Is it coming from the left or right side of your head? Is it coming from the front or the back of your head? Step 2. How loud is that voice? Normal, softer, or loud? Become aware of the amplitude of this negative voice and describe whatever comes to mind at the moment. Step 3. If you could turn this voice into a shape, what shape would it be? A square, a triangle, a circle, a cone? If you can't turn your voice into a shape, then imagine you were a great magician or someone with superpowers who could turn your voice into a shape. What shape is your voice? Step 4. And if you could give this shape you've created a color, what color would your shape be? Step 5. At this point, visualize this shape resting on your head. Now start to slowly move this shape down from your head towards your shoulders. How do you feel now making this movement? Step 6. Now allow the shape to move slowly from your shoulder, down your arm towards your elbow. How do you feel now? Is the negative emotion going away? Do you notice your upper shoulders feeling lighter? Step 7. Allow the shape to continue down from your elbow to your hand. Notice how your negative emotions are losing even more strength. Now move the shape to your leg at your own speed. Allow the shape to descend from your leg to your knee. How do you feel now? Do you notice that your upper limbs are more relaxed? Step 8. Now it's time to move the shape from your knee to your foot. Do you notice the negative feeling going down with the form? Do you notice the negative feeling going away? With the shape on your foot, how do you feel now? Are you more positive? Lighter? Finally, allow the form to fall to the ground. Now that you have full control over the shape, what do you want to do with it? Step on it? Kick it away? Step 9. Move the shape far away until you can no longer see it. How do you feel now that the shape is out of your sight? Are all the negative emotions gone? Are you feeling better? Are you feeling more positive? Do you feel light? To finish, describe how you are feeling at this very moment, and if you still feel any remnants of your negative inner voice, any negative emotions still inside you, then repeat the whole process from the beginning, and then describe what you are feeling. This is a very simple exercise to do, but extremely practical and capable of providing excellent results in the lives of people who face problems with negative inner dialogues. Do the activities exactly as described in the step-by-step instructions above, and you'll realize how easy it is to get rid of the negative emotions coming from your internal dialogues. At first, it's normal to feel a little uncomfortable with the exercise, and sometimes you may even underestimate it, thinking it's a mere joke. I can assure you that this is not a joke, but a serious exercise proven to be effective, because it stimulates new mental states capable of producing new thoughts and consequently new emotions and sensations with direct repercussions on people's actions, decisions and behavior. Try this exercise and you'll witness the transformative power of consciously taking control of your inner conversations. If you achieve good results with this technique, I invite you to share the link to this video with your friends and family. Maybe they're having the same difficulties as you. By sharing this link, they'll be able to access this technique and get rid of the emotional inconvenience that comes from negative internal dialogues. Spread the good.